Are you clear about what you need to do in order to get to where you want to go? Well, Nike has that famous slogan, just do it. And a lot of the time, that's the approach that we need to take. We just need to do it. There's probably a little bit of a caveat with that, which is we need to make informed decisions. We need to be clear about the path and the direction that we're going to go in. And we need to have a sensible approach. You know, sometimes people say, don't worry about it, just go ahead and do it. Well, actually, there might be a lot at stake here. So we need to take informed decisions. But what we want to make sure is that we're very clear on where we want to get to. And then we're very clear on what we need to do in order to get there. And sometimes it's about taking a step back, maybe even sitting down with a coach and figuring out actually what is that pathway. Because sometimes when people start to do things and they say, oh, right, okay, so in order to create that online course and to get 100 people signing up for it, I need to have a mailing list of 5,000 people. I need to be doing a launch event so that people are aware of it. I need to maybe do a series of webinars or a challenge in order to engage people and encourage them to come on and, you know, get involved and then sign up for my service. And sometimes once they then begin to understand, okay, well, I need to do all these things. So how do I build that audience of 5,000 people? All right, I've got to create a lead magnet, a free opt-in. I've got to go onto social media and promote that. And, you know, I've really got to talk about the benefits and how it's going to help them. Now, once they then really start to understand all the steps that are involved, they're in a much better position because they know if they're not taking those steps, if they're not doing what they need to do, they're not going to get there. And sometimes it's about understanding your skill set. So what are the things that are missing from your skill set? Do you need to go away and learn something? Or do you need to just understand what needs to happen, but actually you would much prefer to pay somebody to do that for you? And actually you don't have to worry about doing that. And the second thing is looking at your behavior. Now, by behavior, I don't mean somebody who's behaving badly and you've got to have a good positive behavior. I mean somebody that is prepared to behave in a way that's going to take them one step further. So the fact is, we all get nervous about things. We all worry about things. There isn't one of us as a business owner that doesn't have some type of fear. There isn't one of us that hasn't felt that fear at some point. We might not be feeling it now, right this minute, but we will definitely feel it in the future. And the probability is we've already felt it. For me today, I was using Restream. And I was going live on Restream, and I hadn't gone live on Restream on my own before, and I was a bit nervous. And I eventually done it, and I'm really pleased. And now I'm much clearer on the steps so that when I have to do it again, which I will be doing tomorrow, hopefully it's not going to take me as long, I'm going to feel a lot more confident and a lot more prepared. So what we have to do, our behavior is, I've got to be prepared to push through the uncomfortableness. I've got to get comfortable with feeling uncomfortable. I'm not going to allow myself to self-sabotage and say, oh, it's too difficult, I'm not going to do this, and move back from it. I've got to move forward. And a lot of the time, what we have to do is we need to do something because we want to grow our business. And if we want to grow our business, the only way that we can do it is by pushing through that difficultness. So a key thing in doing that is detaching yourself from the emotion, detaching yourself from the outcome. And people often say to me, well, how do you do that? Well, you detach yourself from the emotion by not caring, not worrying what the outcome is, not worrying if you're not perfect, not worrying if people will criticize you or will say something negative. Of course, none of us want people to say things that are negative or to have negative comments. You know, we're human after all, but we have to recognize that as we get bigger and people get to know us, that is going to happen. We've just got to be able to push through it, not get defensive around it. But what you don't want to do is that worry of not being perfect or of being judged holding you back and sabotaging yourself, so you stay stuck and you don't move any further forward. And as I said, and I've said before in lots of different videos, I'll say it again, every day we do something, we get better. No one comes to the table with all that knowledge, all that experience. They just don't, because we can always learn. And if somebody comes along and says, I know it all, they don't. They're kidding themselves, because there is always going to be something new to learn. So I hope you have enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.